Welcome back, everybody, to the ACES series here on Philly Esports. My name's Grant, CFO, and I think I've done it so many times at this point. It's got to be that way. That Hail Monkey Man is my co-caster. As always, if you've been here, you already know. Monkey, we got a great one coming up for us. What can you tell us about it?
Well, it's a battle for, I guess, who wants to survive. Now, you know, as we get ready for playoffs, there's a lot of teams that are in that middle to upper to lower to wherever you are in the stack. This one in particular, it's a battle of the middle ground and who's trying to be able to make that line in the sand to be able to compete and get beyond it. It's going to be a wild one between Cambellsville Tigers and Western Colorado Mountaineers. And hey, kickoff Smalls is making it big.
How about that to start the ACES series on a Tuesday, baby? A simple kickoff goal from Smalls, and that's about all there is to it. Nothing really. Skoy, he made the turn back towards net, did all he could, but it just wasn't enough.
No, you never expect them. They always hit you when you're down and hit you when you're like, I just got here. Get out of my face. But no, Western Colorado, they're going to be in, I think, the Tigers' face on and on again. And to look into it, Cambellsville, they're trying to be able to step up in this fight, and so far there's a lot of pressure.
Goodness, Monkey, are you sure you want to talk about Cambellsville first or Western Colorado? Because, I mean, not only the kickoff goal, but they almost just faked out the entire defense. Not only that, they're positioning themselves really well already, being able to cut in on plays like that, being able to 50 on the net. They're setting themselves up in the perfect places that they need to be in order to exploit the defense.
And they, right now, maybe an opportunity, no, as I think someone is actually posting up in the Lamborghini. Not quite sure. I want to see that car again. I haven't seen many people use it. It looks like a wide, flat, kind of samurai style car, which
jolly.
actually it's jolly. Okay, they're trying to be a bit stylistic. Why not? And this is going to be a very quick pass. Ski Mask will tie us up, and that's from the upper backboard.
A little less focus on the style and more so on the skill, because McQuarrie's got double tap passes down to Ski Mask. We've seen it before from Cambellsville. They weren't able to execute it that well last week, and most of that was attributed to their much tougher opponent. But now you've got the middle seeds competing against each other, so we're in for what could be a close one. Ski Mask won't quite make it too far. Sean, a quick shot on, one back of the net to save it away. Sean pursues again.
This is the ending week of our total 12, but this is the ending week as in this 9th week of total round robin. Everyone's been able to play each other, which means we'll be going up against doubled up opponents later on for the remainder of this ACES series. So you've gotten a little bit of a dose of everyone trying to figure out what your identity is in this competition and what you want to bring to the table. And a nice pickup from that back wall. Sean will get a little bit of a love touch from Jolly, but that one's not Jolly for the side of Western Colorado. Cambellsville will take a second.
It's just preparation. They say something about preparation at the right time leads to success. I don't know, something like that, but Ski Mask is pushed up. He's ready for it. This is that word, like I like to say, risk-taking. If you can take risks, you're going to succeed, and that's exactly what happened.
No, whenever I have to make preparation, I always make sure that I start with H, because that way everything comes out successful on the back end. We will go into this back end now for the Tigers as they're trying to hold things down, keep the Mountaineers out of their own corner. And the second minute of play into our first game of 3. It seems like Western Colorado were just caught by surprise. They've been able to dose up some surprises to the Tigers on the other side. Actually, Tigers to Colorado, it's tough to keep track.
Yeah, you know it is. They almost got a double pinch. That would have been insane to use 2 resources to do one big thing, but now you only need 1, and it's not going to be the same outcome for Western Colorado. 2 went up. It looked like it could have been a pinch, but it's not how it happened.
Skoy, my boy, is just able to outplay and out-quickness Mr. McQuarrie, who's like, all right, Skoy, you take this one. I'll get the next one. And so that's 3 in a row for the Tigers, who sit in same lockstep with the Mountaineers, both at 9 and 15, try to establish themselves.
Oh my! Wait!
Got dug out.
The save was incredible from Western Colorado. Just when you think it'll pass the goal line, it doesn't. And now McQuarrie on the other end nearly sets themselves up with double tap. It's what they've been doing all day long. It works really well. Sean, be careful. Jolly's got your back. Another pinch to come out from Western Colorado. They got the early start off now. Now they're trailing by 2 goals. Not what they had expected, but if you really look at the track record of Cambellsville, you know that they like to find these pass plays, and that is something that really sharpens the edge of your sword when you come into any Rocket League game, because most people are just playing a game going for solo plays. McQuarrie might like to try one for change and just won't get it.
We see a lack of consistency from Western Colorado as they maybe try to establish that own style between themselves. Then it's just going to be the Tigers that will take that and run away with it as they consistently are looking for options into the middle of the pitch. Super weird. Look to collect into that near side corner. Not trying to put it into his own box. Sean will rotate over, and that's a bit of a traffic jam in that zone, but it's able to clear out of the box. A bit of a miscue as a team bump will occur. That's a nice setup. Jolly over to Sean. It's a back pass to someone else, and that someone else is the Tigers.
I think Sean just wanted to stop the ball in the midfield for their team. You kind of have to get involved in threes, and with time winding down, the urgency begins to pick up. The pace starts to quicken, but you have to remain calm. 60 seconds is still plenty of time. All you realistically need to do is just get a goal with time on the board. Yes, you'd like to get it with as much left on the board as possible. Not all the time, though, is that the easiest case scenario. Is that a word or a phrase? I have no idea. It doesn't matter. Smalls on the other side, over the top of Ski Mask, who actually gets the touch. Now you got two pressing the other way. One goal could secure the deal, and with that demo, it will sign the contract. 3 goals away, and there ain't no comeback.
Beautiful, quick and go. Mr. McQuarrie just, he's like, all right, I got a free net, and a nice demolition. I think that was on to Sean to seal the deal from the back end. Is able to make this one up to a 4-1. With only 42 seconds remaining, there is still time. There's not a lot of it. The Western Colorado offense has only been able to find that first goal in the first 2 seconds.
Man, you might call it crunch time because of the goal explosion. I don't know what that goal explosion is, Monkey. I have very mixed feelings about it. Like, I don't know if I like it, if I want to buy it, if I hate it. You know what I mean? Very, very mixed reviews from me.
I don't mind it. I feel like Psionics was trying to go out on a limb, as we will be able to get one out on the limb here for Ski Mask, and they'll grab a 5th. I think they were trying to say, you know what, we can be weird, and we can identify with you guys, right? And everyone's like, not like that. Not like that.
Yeah, Psionics just wanted to be quirky. You heard it here first. That's the conclusion we're drawing on the goal explosion, but not the conclusion that we draw on this match as a whole. Western Colorado only able to sweep away with a near kickoff goal, and that just goes to show you, even though you're down, you're certainly not out anything, really. Outmatched seems to be what Western Colorado is when they face off against Cambellsville.
That is a wily bit of Tigers out there, and it worked out in their favor as they were able to, they surrendered the first. Okay, that's when they weren't ready. Well, then they suddenly were ready. If you look on the stat line, this one's actually fairly even, except for where it counted most. Assists, goals, actually getting that connection between all the players, and only one of those goals was not assisted. So nearly 100% on the board and totality from the side of Cambellsville.
Yeah, and on the other side, again, it's kind of proving my point of Western Colorado only really wanted to try out solo plays. This is that common problem of a lot of collegiate teams out there, a lot of Rocket League teams in general. Believe me, I've played ranked. They don't like to pass. They don't like to pass. It's like the last thing they want to do. And so what I've done is I've just gone into casual and literally, I mean, you're allowed to throw in casual, right? But I'm trying to get better at passes. Right? Because I understand how versatile of a skill that is. That's off. Okay. But it's a versatile skill to be able to pass anywhere on the pitch. You might just practice twos and make your sole goal to demo and pass the ball. Anything that can help your team. And Cambellsville actually starting to struggle until they get back here. Smalls on a ball side rotation kind of puts themselves in a weird predicament. Now getting beat by Skoy. They won't find the power, therefore no goal. To Jolly taking through the corner.
That was Skoy trying to do what you've called up everyone to do, and that's take a risk, take a placement shot, but you know they have a great follow-up as Ski Mask will bury this one. Bit of chaos as Jolly's just trying to keep up with his ball, but it's a great challenge by Ski Mask, and he just follows up on it.
Sean got really hungry for that boost, and believe me, I did it yesterday. As a GC, you still struggle with just wanting to get your hands on boost, or maybe Sean's mentality is, I'm going to get better at boost during this game. Boost management. That was my mentality, and then I would just get hungry for those big boost pads, and even though you're not bronze anymore, you still find a need for it, especially when you're Jolly, who just feels powerless against Skoy.
This is a ricochet and a half. I'm surprised it didn't go in the first time, and Skoy, I'm sure, is surprised the ball just came back to him. He stayed in the stripes. He's like, oh, hello, and just put it right over Jolly, and Jolly's just not having a great time out there. They get to have that awesome new Lambo, but wide, flat cars like those, you gotta have some crazy whips to be able to make those work, but also a little bit of help on the back line. A third? Yes, it will be.
Wow. Well, Skoy, you get your hat trick. You prove a point that you're just better than everyone in this lobby. The aerial control, man, that is impressive and clean all the way through. The spins, you know, we don't see spinning air dribbles all that often, surprisingly. But in the ACES series, that's what you come for, and there is a big deliverance from the man, Skoy, who wants the pass down to Ski Mask. There's those passes we've been talking about. Sean this time, making sure it's different with the blocks that they get. The backboard, Sean again, out midfield. Skoy won't let them pass. They sure would like to check out of their own half at this point. They won't quite make it there. Ski Mask, more pressure to the backboard, 2 up. Skoy's the one to touch, and it's off to the other side.
You know, one time I asked a Rocket League player, I was like, hey, so why do you spin so much whenever you go for an aerial? You know, just to make a spin-a-rooski, whatever you're going to make of it. He's like, well, you know, I like to be able to have enough time to get some velocity on. And another guy was like, well, I can connect with the harder surface of my car. And the last guy said what I was pretty sure everyone else was actually just thinking. Like, it's just fun. I'm just spinning, man.
True.
Spin to win.
That's what I'm saying, Monkey. Why didn't you ask me? You know I'm a freestyler. You know I do the spin
I didn't know
stuff,
you at the time. I just didn't know you at the time.
That's fair. Okay, you know what? Absolutely fair. You just should have known me. Nah, I'm playing, but seriously, the spinning. Not only is it fun, you get more control. I mean, you get a lot more places that you could hit the ball, and it sounds weird just by spinning, but you have to use arrow right or arrow left. You can't use general air roll. Trust me, I tried to rely on it. It's not as good as you think it is because you kind of have to free up a hand to do that. Arrow right, you just don't. You have more things to work with.
I understand that as a person that plays only default controls forever.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Plus the addition of arrow right on the left bumper, of course. But
Okay.
yeah.
That's where I put my scoreboard. I don't know if that's a great addition. I just like to look at it and see how many L's I can
Left
take. in a row.
bumper? The left
Yeah,
bumper? Oh, okay, yeah. I just moved it to the right bumper. Monkey, you can join the Spin Masters. You can join the Spin Squad. I don't know what is there like a following on this for Reddit that I just don't know about? Whatever it is, you can join it, Monkey.
I think there is. Isn't there like a whole poll of like what's better, spin roll right or left? Isn't there like a whole like big duality of man with that?
I'm gonna say the air roll right is miles better, but there is usefulness for both. Like I would say there are more times that I'm glad that I had air roll right rather than air roll left. Like there have been maybe 4 times with my time of air roll right where I've been like, man, if I had air roll left right there, that would have been a much better play. So therefore, I've got to say arrow right is the one, and one of us.
Well, you know, maybe I'll have to try that one out. And I've already been told that I apparently have weird, nasty hands because I use an Xbox controller, and that's the only kind of person that would use an Xbox controller. So maybe I need to make 2 changes: PlayStation and arrow right. We'll have to incorporate it into my everyday life. But
They're just new hands.
just new. Look, these arthritic hands. True. Big real. That's true. But you do have some people, you know, ousting, you know, against you in chat. So maybe they have an opinion also.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
they're saying
I'm gonna
arrow left,
chat
man. I don't
open.
know. Yeah.
Goodness
but-
gracious. Sounds like people just need to think twice about what their opinions. Good. You know, I kind of feel bad that we've spent so much time on the air roll right and the spinning debate just because Skoy is doing great. But who we really haven't given credit to are the saviors of the pitch. Western Colorado, each one of them is 1 save away from getting a savior medal. So theoretically, we could see 3 more shots from Camp. Well, I guess 15 seconds is a little short. Didn't factor that one in quite yet. But there have been some incredible saves in this, and you know, we've just been taken up by the nonsense that is this debate. But, you know, all we've got to say is it happens, and we kind of knew that Cambellsville University was going to do that play right there. Come on, Mr. McQueary. Mr. McQueary, the man, the myth, the legend. Of course he's going to score. Of course he's going to be the guy. Skoy's got one. Cambellsville University have locked this game away since the 3-minute mark, Monkey.
You know, just like that Goal Explosion's mouth is in the shape of the Looney Tunes logo whenever the pig is in there going, that's all, folks, and so will be the same of game number 2. 9 goals in a row have gone the Tigers, surrendering the first and only goal that the Mountaineers have been able to accomplish and gain for themselves in the first 2 seconds of play of game number 1. They've effectively taken the series, but we have 3 in aggregate that will be played between these two squads, and you know, it's a great offensive. It's Skoy that is just leading the charge, and of course it is more wanted from the Mountaineers. We just haven't seen them being able to press out of their own half, and this is that clutch time, especially as the ACES series is within 3 weeks of closing out before playoffs. We gotta see who's gonna make it to the top of the stacks in the standings.
And there's only one way to find out, and it's just by watching more collegiate ACES series. So if you haven't already, drop a follow here at Philly Esports, and keep up to date with all the action that's going on here. 3 weeks, it's not a lot of time. You don't gotta, I mean, you can come in here for just an hour every Tuesday. You know, just schedule your hour to be with the ACES series. Simple as that. I know you got time. If you're here right now, you got time. I'm just saying, I'm not wrong.
So, you know, if you're in college, I know that this month is rounding out pretty quick. Okay, there's a lot of you that are either on spring break or about to be like leaving to go back home and, you know, just be in your gym jams and eat some Tostina's pizza rolls for a while. I know. I was there a while back.
Oh, okay.
That's the practice, and so is the savoring that you were talking about before, as Jolly's able to stop that score.
Well, while there's savoring happening, there's some savoring of the taste buds going on at the moment. We'll talk more about that, because now the scoreline's back to even. We've had a fresh game of Rocket League that's gone 60 seconds to the wayside, as well as that shot from Jolly. Skoy's got the control, though. We've mentioned the spins. That's how that whole debate kind of started. Over the top of one, not the last. Midfield again, though, Mr. McQuarrie. Be the one to stop it. Not the best control they wanted. Sean to push forward with the whole squad rocking. Skoy over the top, finds Ski Mask on a connection. Smalls again with the deflection. Taken out to the side. They've picked up boost. Lots of resources to work with. Beat on McQuarrie. Jolly's there. No redirect from anybody up front. And Skoy gets the last save.
That was going to be such a hard angle to get underneath that ball with and make a solid reconnection and redirection. But it will be at the midfield regardless. We have seen a runaway train that is the Tigers at the helm. They are the conductor. But for some reason, in game number 3, this has been much stingier for both sides, as neither's really given much at all. And maybe they liked all the praise you gave them for being able to make those saves. Just not going to happen now.
Oh no, I know they're giving it their all here, but Jolly, never pass off the sidewall on defense. This is why. It's a rule I've made for myself because I'm tired of getting burned on it. And this time, Western Colorado getting burned at a very unfortunate time in the series.
That goal explosion, that is quirky, not like the other devs. That's exactly what was made of this particular battle pass, rocket pass, whatever pass you want to be able to give it. But I like the challenge game. It's just pass, which is what we're looking for out of both these squads. Jolly went all boost. I was concerned, but shouldn't be because...
No! Yeah, we'll leave that segue in the dust, Monkey. There's another shot coming that we had to pay attention to. Man, that could have been something to start back up Western Colorado, and unfortunately, they won't get it to go. Skoy getting demoed. I like the thought there. Sean making the save, making sure that that demo was worth the risk, worthwhile. Ski Mask kind of in a weird situation. Smalls with a pass to Jolly. Post. This time it's in. Oh, goodness. Smalls making sure they don't miss the margins of error.
Smalls is the only man to score so far for Western Colorado. He did in the first 2 seconds of game 1. He's able to secure this one that was set up in a big way. I am only a little upset that it didn't go in ultimately. I think that was off of Sean, off of the initiator, right?
Awesome. I think it was Jolly, if I recall correctly. I remember seeing a Lamborghini and attributing that to Jolly.
Okay, all right. Do those change color, by the way? Can you change the paint job?
I just doubt it. Because I mean, if you see a car that's a neutral color, I don't think that's how that works. But what I can tell you is the game is neutral. We're back to the 0-0 scoreline. Technically, although just think about starting the game with 1:45 to go, and then you've got our situation here. 1-1 as it goes. McQuarrie with control. Defense not looking too great. That flick looking even better, and Mr. McQuarrie takes back the lead in a heartbeat.
It has been the Tigers going into middle space, just kind of finding the defense running away from them and utilizing these very powerful flicks. Say, all right, you're locked up on the goal line. You better jump and know where I'm placing this shot. And they have been very lethal with these attempts.
Very, very lethal indeed. Jolly all the way across. Big old pinball action in front of the net. McQuarrie taking their time. So is Skoy. Don't really need to give it away, but Smalls wants to give it back to their team. Rolling around their own corner, though. Somebody's going to make it there quick. Ski Mask rushes the shot, but Sean made the save. Finding Jolly on the other end, though. We've got ourselves a tie game.
That is a 2-point turn. Ski Mask thought he had to take the shot about a 0.2 seconds sooner than he really had to, as everyone was still on that opposite side post. It turns into a counterplay, and that turns into a tied up game number 3, which potentially can give the Tigers, well, maybe give the Mountaineers a chance to take one off of this 3-game set. They gotta be consistent. They gotta keep challenging like they have so far. It's been pretty successful.
Oh yeah, how about this one though to steal the game? No, it's off to the side. Jolly sending it up, would love another shot at it. Has some boost, the pass missing its mark, and Sean in pursuit. I mean, we have seen some incredible things, and it's so weird playing at a set of 3, because, I mean, even if you do take off that game 3 as the team that's already lost the series, I mean, you feel like you win, but you remember, oh, we lost. And then for the team that won, it's like, oh, we won. But it feels like we lost. It's like a conflicting series of emotions, but maybe we don't have to worry about that outcome because McQuarrie again takes the lead.
Mr. McQuarrie is both a teacher as well as a counselor, and he's trying to assure us that, you know what, we don't have to feel these weird feelings. We're just going to be able to enjoy the outcome that may be. Those Campbell's Tigers trying to go up in a straight sweep of 3, but it's 3-2, 35 on the board. We've seen the Mountaineers be able to go downfield and score way more often in this game than in all the previous before. We got to see that happen with only a half minute to go.
Oh boy, 20 seconds to make it or break it. McQuarrie getting dunked on the side. Sean already there. Skoy quicker, though. Jolly's got to dive in on this one. Smalls with the demo. Opens up the back end. Another demo in front from Sean. McQuarrie off that sidewall. Not everyone ready for it. They wanted to give their all much sooner than they anticipated. Much sooner than they had hoped for. They've got one last opportunity to make it big, and they can't keep it up. Cambellsville walks away with the 3-0 sweep.
With the way that ball stuck on someone's nose, I couldn't tell which player it was. It looked like we were playing Spike Rush for a second. I thought that thing was just stuck to him. But what did stick was the offense of the Tigers. Able to go 3-0 and hold off a little bit of a more wily, feisty, and combative Mountaineers squad here in game number 3. But it's Cambellsville that will be able to run away with it, take a nice 3-0, and enjoy a victory here in week number 9.
And soon we will be having a player interview come up as well, Monkey. But that game was a great way to start off, whether it be a 3-0 sweep. I mean, I don't really care. We started off hot with a goal. We felt the energy. We rode through it all, and we hope the fans and audience at home were also feeling said pressure, energy, and all the good things. Only more to come after this very short break. Player interview right after this.